House of the Dragon Season 2 trailer has come out and it's got it all. Matt Smith for the ladies and for the gentlemen. Oh yeah. Wes, hi everybody and welcome to another video. Well, what do you know? A teaser trailer for the second season of House of the Dragon has come out and it looks bloody good. Welcome, my dear friends, to European Lore, a channel of a humble European fella who likes to rant about fantasy and science fiction on the internet, a man who has devoted a great piece of his personal and academic life to the finer things, to the greats of the fantasy genre of the 20th century, as well as Old English literature and language, and that is why this channel and my own production, my own books are devoted to honoring these great men and works of art. And should you wish to get some of my books, and if you can read and check, I shall post a link in the description down below. But first, my dear friends, this is something that I am genuinely looking forward to, and I believe many of you are, because among all the adaptations of famous books that are being produced today and have been being produced in the last couple of years, House of the Dragon belongs to the better ones. Well, of course, then you can find reviews of the individual episodes on my channel as far as Season 1 goes. And you can't escape, of course, comparison with other things, but we will get to that later. What I especially enjoyed, and now a couple of words about the House of the Dragon in general, before we get to the second season, but I will not talk about it too much, because I don't want to spoil it for you. It was, of course, based on, well, Fire and Blood, which is a book written by George R. R. Martin, and it's not the same kind of book as the Song of Ice and Fire, whose first part is called Game of Thrones, and that named the famous TV show, because it's not a narrative story with dialogue per se. It's a more chronicle, more annal-like book, which traces the history of the House of Targaryen and Velaryon through the eyes of different narrators, of different chroniclers, and so on and so forth. And sometimes one event is being described through the eyes of, from the point of view of a couple of people. So we can say, really, that from time to time it has got quote-unquote unreliable narrator, and that we can't be 100% sure what really happened, in fact, in the history of Westeros. And the creators of the show have taken advantage of this. And sometimes they have chosen to present this version, other times they have chosen to present that version, so on and so forth. But all in all, and in general, the first season was an action-packed drama fantasy, which I appreciated very much. This is what you want, really, from a modern fantasy. You want good stories. First and foremost, you want good stories, intriguing characters. You want to see some character development, and that was most certainly seen on all the characters. You've got Matt Smith, and you've got Paddy Considine, and you've got the two, whatchamacallit, well, the two actresses that played Rhaenyra. I preferred the younger Rhaenyra, actually. They should have just kept her. That was my really only gripe, if you can remember my reviews. That was my only gripe about the show, that they should have kept the younger actress who portrayed Rhaenyra, and just maybe make her up, put a makeup on her a little bit, make her a little bit older, because otherwise most of the actors stay the same, and Paddy Considine should have received an award. Well, too late, isn't it? Now, you can't but escape the comparison with the Rings of Power, of course, which ended up being a tremendous, unbelievable disaster. But as far as the second season goes, this is when the action starts. This is when the true civil war within the House of Targaryen starts, and of course being very much about the House of Velaryon as well. Now, this was a controversial issue as far as the House of the Dragon TV show before the first season came out. The race swapping of the House of Velaryon. There have been some people who were supporting it and who were trying to use some different arguments pro this. I mean, have you read the book? The Velaryons are clearly described there, but that's not the issue here. We live in 2023, and it is to be expected that something like this will happen. But also, just before the show, there have been some interviews and some articles in which the producers and the directors and the screenwriters, they were promoting the show in a very strange way, saying things, and I've got all of this documented on my channel. If you just search for House of the Dragon on my channel, you will find these videos. They were promoting the show in a way that they were saying, like, we don't want many white men on screen, so that's why we swapped House Velaryon. And I'm like, all right, you didn't have to say that. I mean, just, you don't have to insult any people, you know. And then of course all those interviews and articles talking about the fact that, oh, the show is going to be about women and how they are the ones who truly suffer in the world and in life, and it's going to be about you know, birth. And yeah, I mean, there were a couple of birth scenes in that show, and at least one of them was way too long for being a birth scene, but yeah, whatever. I mean, you are the creator, put it in there if you make it good otherwise, which they did. So no real serious gripes other than the Rhaenyra actress. I really want the young one back. But however, I'm very much thoroughly excited about the second season, because it is when all the action starts, and we are obviously going to see many more action scenes. Maybe an equal amount of talking, because you know, after all, it is a TV show. It is an HBO TV show, so it will be you know, very much conversational, very much based on dialogue. But I am very much excited for it. So let us hope that they will stick to landing. Let us hope that they will continue in the vein of the first season. After all, the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, it was, in my own opinion, my humble opinion, one of the best fantasy television in the history of humankind. It was close to being a perfect adaptation. Very close, mind you. Not perfect, but very close to being perfect, especially then season 1. Alright then. And the dragon in the scene, in that trailer, I mean, wow. Alright then. Well, of course I didn't play the trailer because I'm not getting a copyright strike. Come on, I'm not crazy. Alright then. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and that'll be all. Thank you very much for listening to my rant. I'm already looking forward to all those comments saying, but you didn't say anything much. I did say a lot. So shut up. Alright then. Namarie.